So welcome back, everyone. We've got another special guest speaker joining us today, Fiona Carney. Welcome, Fiona. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your morning to come on with us and share a little bit of your story. So first of all, welcome.
Thank you so much, Karen. Thanks for asking me. It's lovely to be here.
It's so good to have you. And I know that this is your first time doing something like this. So we're getting you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but I know that everyone will appreciate hearing from you. They've probably seen you on the masterclass or they've seen you around my community. So it's great to be able to share you with everybody as well. So
thank you.
Thank you again.
Happy to help anybody, if I can. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's so good. So tell us, Fiona, where were you before you found me, before you got into coaching with me? What's your story? Like, where did your story start before coaching with me?
Before coaching with you. So I'm a designer and decorator. I had a successful business. And I built a successful business based on relationships. So that was retail and wholesale. So I stocked stores nationally. I live in a country town and I had a retail store, but my background is design and decorating.
Yeah, amazing. And so what sort of challenges or problems or frustrations, what was going on for you that had you think maybe Karen can help me, maybe there's something here for me? What was perhaps your biggest challenge prior to investing in coaching with me, and how did that make you feel?
Biggest challenge, definitely a business decision. So going back a few years, the decision of closing the retail side of my business. Yeah. Back then when I made that decision, I believed it to only be temporary. But when I made that decision, I had to look for the opportunity. And the opportunity in that was to expand my my wholesale division. Yeah. So the retail side closed. I started to expand the wholesale part of my business, and then COVID hit. So that threw me a curveball, like a lot of other people.
Yeah. And how did that feel? How did that leave you feeling in that period of change?
Definitely, I'd use the word frustrated, definitely frustrated. I was really stuck. I felt overwhelmed. Yeah. I didn't know, I knew I had to look for the opportunity again, but I didn't know how to move forward.
Yeah.
Sense. Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember just before I was speaking to you, I just felt sick and tired of being sick and tired. Yeah. I knew I was capable of better results and I wasn't getting those. And I had to take an honest look at where I was and, what I wanted to achieve. And I knew I couldn't do that by myself.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So what's changed? You're about half to 3/4 of the way through thinking into new results. What's changed for you, or what's changing as a result of now actually being in a program with me?
I would say purpose, my purpose, my vision, and my goals. So I've got clarity. Sorry, my phone's going off.
You're right. That's fine.
I've got clarity on my goal. I've definitely got clarity on the vision, how I want my life to look, what I really want. And my purpose. I've got ideas around my purpose as well. I already knew my purpose. So that's, design and customer service and sales. My purpose is design. So I knew my purpose. I got more clarity on that. But I believe if there's anybody out there that doesn't know their purpose, they'll discover it with you mentoring.
Absolutely. And what sort of specific results that you could really look at, specific results that you've created or that you're really noticing in terms of physical changes, physical results, have you experienced since you started?
Well, I remember you said to me on the phone, you'll probably start seeing the results about 5 weeks into the program. And I think you really hit the nail on the head there, So for me, it was about 6 weeks in, I started seeing the results. I felt and I saw a big shift. And I was attracting things that I hadn't attracted for a few years before that.
Like what? Was it money or opportunities or people or
the first thing in I discovered was shares.
Oh wow.
I attracted shares that had been sitting lost for 15 years. So that was the first thing. And to be honest, I was shocked by that.
And it was like right at 5-6 weeks, exactly when I told you you'd start to see the manifestations.
Yeah, and it happened after one of our weekly classes that we're on. I think you did a meditation with us, and it happened just after that. You know, I get lots of ideas after the weekly classes that we do with you, so I always love those. Yeah,
that's so good. And what else? What other results did you start to see manifestations start to show up?
Well, I started setting up multiple sources of income.
Okay.
So I started looking back at that vision, you know, what do I really want and how do I want to live? And I obviously a lot of people want time and money, and you also said mental freedom.
Yeah.
So I want to be spending the days doing it is what I love to do. So I started setting up multiple sources of income. So I've written books. They're not published yet, but I have written them.
Yeah.
And just last week I was having a coffee with a friend, and within a few minutes we got a business idea, and we're about to launch something really special. Yeah.
That's great. And your friend's doing Thinking into Results now too, which is amazing. So it's great. So what would you say, Fiona, to somebody who perhaps is sitting on the fence right now about making this decision, investing in themselves and starting the Thinking into New Results program with me?
Well, for me, when I attended one of these masterclasses, and I sat on the fence, but what I would say is just decide. So as soon as I made the decision, I felt so much better. I felt relief. I think I'd lost the belief in myself for a little while, but I believed that Karen believed in me. And you believe in you believe in all of us that are in the group, but I just believed in Karen, and I just believed that even though I'd lost my belief for a little while, that you believed in me. So thank you.
Yeah. And what did it feel like? Because you shared a story with me privately about, you know, going into that enrollment form and sort of hitting pay, and just describe that, because that is a huge breakthrough for so many people. Actually just like we can decide, but then we still have to act on it. And then what happened for you when you actually, so you make the decision, but then you actually acted on it, you sent the money, you hit pay. What was that like for you?
I hit pay because I just truly, I knew I couldn't do it by myself. I actually didn't go off and ask anybody else. I just decided in that moment that this was the next step. I didn't go and ask my husband what he thought. I didn't ask the neighbor. I didn't say anything to the kids. I just decided that this is what I'm going to do. And, you know, I want this to be the next step. And I just wanted to move forward. Yeah. And it's been so good. Yeah. And I truly, I did. I felt it in my body. I felt relief in my body. I felt all that anxiety of feeling stuck. Just leave. I felt so good. Yeah.
So amazing. And what do you love about the community, Fiona? What do you love about being in the active coaching community every day with people that are studying with me? Like, what's it mean to you to have a group of people like that to connect with every day?
But I think I hear a lot of people talk about your energy, and to me, well, what does that mean? So that means you're masterminding with like-minded people, you know, on a weekly basis. You're masterminding with people who want you to be successful and who help you achieve. You pick up on ideas, and other people help you with ideas. You know, the energy elevates you onto a different level, and you just feel better about yourself. You know, and you attract so much more.
Absolutely. So for those watching this, just to give you a little bit of an insight, when you come into the 6-month formula recipe plan that we call Thinking Into New Results. We have a weekly teaching call with me. And then we also, for the last 6 to 8 weeks, we've introduced this afternoon reading club 5 days a week. So, and that's new, and you've been heavily involved in that, Fiona, sometimes even leading those calls. How are you enjoying that, having that daily opportunity to connect and study some of the material that we share, in addition to the weekly call, in addition to the daily study and the actual curriculum? How are you enjoying the reading club?
It's great. Actually, every day you take away something different.
Yeah.
I love having a quick chat to to everybody in the group. And it's also showing up every day. It's also being present and showing up and creating a new paradigm, because you want to make better shifts in your life, I guess. So I always try and make sure I'm there when I can be.
Absolutely. And last couple of questions, because I know a lot of people will be wondering this. So, you had to overcome some pretty big money paradigms and to invest in yourself, but you're also a really busy person and quite time poor. So what would you say to somebody who perhaps wants to do it or can see the benefit? Yes, they've got to overcome that money paradigm, invest in themselves, but then are also wondering whether they've got the time to do it right now. That's very real in terms of circumstances. Maybe it's not the right time. Do I have the time to do it? The benefits because you're on the other side of that, but what can you say to reassure somebody who is questioning whether they have the time to do it?
We don't not have the time. If you want the results, you just have to make the time for you. I learned a lesson very early on. My sister passed away, so I decided, I remember back then, that's a few years ago now, you don't know how much time you've got. So if you want better results, just decide. And you'll always find the time. You find the time. I've actually made this a habit. So I wake up, I do wake up early now. Waking up early was never a thing I loved to do, but I make sure I'm always up early. Between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. is my time. Somebody else's schedule may be different, but you show us ways, Karen, that we don't need to find the extra time in the day when we're doing this with you. Yeah, that's something I've made part of my routine. You don't actually need to find the extra time.
Yeah, it is already there. And that's exactly right. And particularly with the updated, the improved coaching that we've created over the last couple of years, it is about the effortless way, taking, where you're at and integrating it and really living it and experiencing it every day. So you get that immediate payoff. So it's great to hear that you feel like that as well, that it's something that's just very easy to integrate into your mornings and your day. So,
and you've absolutely show everyone how you can work less and earn more money. And you've demonstrated that through your own results.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great. So anything else you want to share with those watching? What would be your parting words of wisdom?
Oh, look, just I know everybody says it, just do it. Just click that link, and you are worthy of more. I think, you're worthy of more. You're worthy of the best. When you look at Karen and who her mentor was, Bob Proctor, Karen Brook, you're studying with the best of the best. And I know you were in, you're a world-renowned coach, and you were in the top 1%, and you were in Bob's Inner Circle 10 plus times. Yeah. So just do it. Just decide for you. Yeah.
So good. Thank you so much, Fiona, for sharing your story and your wisdom. And we so appreciate it on behalf of myself and everybody watching this today. Deep gratitude. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks for having me, Karen. Have a beautiful day.
Thanks, Fiona. Bye for now.
Okay. See you, everyone.
Bye.
See you.